Thank you all for being here today. My name is Adam Littlefield. We're here in the computer lab at Midland City Elementary School, and we're going to be talking about our diversity plan for our school. First, we're going to talk about demographics. We have 430 students here on campus, grades kindergarten through 4th. We are 84% free and reduced lunch. 52% are male students. We have 48% female students, 64% Caucasian, 35% African American, and less than 1% of our students are Asian or Hispanic. These numbers have changed a lot since I've been here the last 8 years. So we need to have a plan in order to accommodate our diversity here at our school. So that's what we're going to be talking about. First, we're going to look at some Scantron data, which we started testing in Scantron at the beginning of last school year. So we have limited data from this particular test. So we just took all those test scores and combined them together. And we have 3 different categories. We have gender, race, and general ed and special ed. First, we'll talk about gender. Female students in reading, which is the red bar here, they scored 55% proficiency in reading. Our male students were 47% proficient in reading, and we have a gap of 8% between male and female. Our math scores here with our gender students: female 63% proficient, male 51%, and that gap percentage is 12%. The next category is race. Our Caucasian students were 56% proficient in reading versus African American students 39%, and that gap is 17%. So we can see here that we have gaps, and that's the purpose of this diversity plan. 60% in math, African Americans 45% in math, 15% difference. General education, we have 56% proficient in reading. Special education, only 10% proficient. That's a 46% gap. So obviously this category is going to be larger in our gap, in our percentages. Math, 62% proficient. And special education was 14% in math. So we have a 48% gap there. Like I said before, we want to try to bridge these gaps on our test scores, and make all of our students feel welcome here, and handle these diversity issues that we have. Our mission statement here is increasing knowledge of culture and diversity for students and faculty at Midland City Elementary. I came up with 4 goals for our diversity plan. Goal number 1 is increase cultural awareness. We want to encourage our students to share about cultural backgrounds. Next, encourage students to research their family backgrounds, invite speakers of different cultures to speak, discuss different cultural backgrounds with students, and even hold a day of culture for students, teachers, and parents to enjoy. I talked to Ms. Ward just a few weeks ago about our media center, and she was explaining to me about all the different types of books that we had in the media center, and that she pulls different cultural books throughout the school year to handle some of our diversity issues with our students, and I thought that was great. So some of these things we're already implementing here in our school. So I was glad to see that. The more I go around and research, I'm finding out more of these diversity issues are being addressed. Goal number 2, we want to create more parent and stakeholder involvement. I'm actually on the school improvement plan. This is one of the biggest topics that we've discussed this year. We've met, I think, 3 times, and this always comes up, more parent and stakeholder involvement in our school system. And that's going to help with our diversity issues. We want to invite stakeholders to be involved in school events, implement more parent-student activities throughout the school year, increase teacher-parent communication, implement parent night each semester to discuss important topics, and add websites to the school webpage to assist parents with homework. The parent night is something that we implemented this year. That was a huge success. I think teachers and parents really enjoyed that, and it was a great learning experience for our community, our school, parents, teachers, students, everybody that was involved. So hopefully we can do more of that in the next coming years, and certainly this is going to help with our diverse student population. Adding websites to the school web page, this was one of the things that we brought up in the school improvement plan. A lot of parents struggle with doing homework with students. So this is for everybody. You know, so that's something that has been implemented. So I'm glad to see that as well. Curriculum-driven demographics. Our curriculum will address all students' diversity needs, be modified when needed to address special education students. I know we do this some at PE when we have kids that are struggling doing different activities. For an example, like dribbling or shooting or throwing, we can modify balls and do different things to accommodate these students that might be struggling. And I know our teachers, they do this as well in the classroom. Allow teachers to improve relationships with students to promote student interest. Allow teachers to select diverse leaders and implement a mentor program for students with behavioral problems. This is something that we've also implemented this year, and I really like it. I think we have about 10 teachers that are on this program. Most of them are special ed teachers. Hopefully the next few years we can get classroom teachers maybe more involved in that. I know they don't have as much time as special ed teachers to talk and deal with some of these students outside the classroom as we do, but Mr. Phillips actually is heading up this program. I think he's done an outstanding job. He and I have talked about this on several different occasions about different ideas and different things that we can do, but each mentor has 2 students that fall up under them, and we come up with a plan to try to help them with diversity issues, behavior in the classroom. Most of our students that fall in this category are obviously from poverty, poor families. So we've even got some of them taking backpacks home on the weekends to help handle some of these diverse issues that they're struggling with. So I'm excited to see how this program is going to play out in the future. Goal 4, we want to increase diversity in administration, teachers, and staff. We want to recruit and hire more diverse administrators, teachers, and staff. I think we've done a good job of that the last few years. We've been more diverse. We've got actually 4 male teachers here at our school, so that's most elementary schools cannot say that. Most elementary schools are mostly have female teachers. So we're doing better with our diversity with teachers and staff in that area. Increase professional development opportunities. This is something I think we can do better at, from top to bottom. I think we all probably need more professional development in diversity. I know this class has opened up my eyes to different things that I was not aware of, so I think we all can benefit from that. Improve teacher-student relationships. This is very important. I think we all, as teachers and in education, know we have to have good relationships, not only with our students, but also with parents. That's important. And create team-building opportunities for staff. A lot of this is done in our grade level meetings, and I actually have sit in on a couple of these meetings, and I think our teachers do a very good job of discussing diversity issues. They talk about kids that are at risk, kids that are not doing well in the classroom as far as behavior, and all the communication that goes on with the parents. And so we're doing a really good job with that area. In conclusion, Midland City Elementary wants to promote diversity for all of our students. We want all students to be successful. If I meet with a parent, that's usually one of the first things that comes out of my mouth. You know, I want your student to be successful. So I'm going to do everything I possibly can in order for that to happen. And I feel our teachers do a very good job of that as well. Teachers should not only be educators, but also examples for diversity daily in the school environment and in the community. So it's not only just at school. We gotta make sure we're doing these things out in the community as well. We understand that this issue is a work in progress, but we want to improve diversity issues and promote equal educational opportunities. Midland City Elementary will work extremely hard in the future to address the needs of all learners. This is my reference page, and this concludes my PowerPoint presentation.